Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. This is your man, Derrick, and today I am here with Erin. How are you doing, Erin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm very excited
Hopefully,
for this conversation. Go ahead.
third time's the charm here.
Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, I really appreciate your patience
Yeah.
with me as the podcaster, and I really appreciate you when I reached out to you about our previous recording and everything didn't come out as sound as great as I would have liked. And she was like, "Yeah, we can't put that out. Let's put something good out." So I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the perfectionist in me, which we will talk about.
Yes, yes. So thank you once again. There are a few people that I've talked to already. They know that we're recording this, and they was asking me like, "Hey, when is the podcast coming out?"
Is it
So
coming? Yeah.
yes, so it will be ready for us. So I'm gonna get it done and get it published and all that stuff.
Love it.
Produced, whatever the word is. Yes.
Yes.
So this the third time, so you know. Like, first question is, could you tell the people a little bit about yourself? Let them know who Erin is, and
Yeah.
there's no wrong answers.
Yeah. Well, no, there's a lot of answers to this question, but I would say that I mean, I'm a physical therapist. I am a power lifter. That's
Mm-hmm.
how we met at the gym.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then I am a helper. I like by life trade. I
Mm-hmm.
call myself a recovering perfectionist.
And yes, covering
And
perfectionists.
I mean, there's a lot to me, but I would say those buckets,
Mm-hmm.
like just lifelong athlete,
Mm-hmm.
helper, want to leave the world better than I found it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that may be the natural draw, other than like knowing some of your story or just seeing you at the gym working out. And then like our little community of the gym, it's like a little family, and it's interesting
Mm-hmm.
because we don't have to do a ton outside of the gym, but just
Mm-mm.
coming to the gym every single day, doing it every day, you end up spending more time with people at the gym than you probably can with some of your close friends if you don't live in the
Yeah.
same area. So yes, that's definitely, there's just some things you just shared, but things that I really value in life as well, like helping and just wanting to make the world a better place in our little way. We
Mm-hmm.
can't move all of the mountains, but we can make a difference, like right within our circle. So, but yes, this recovering perfectionist. Can you like, what does that look like?
So yeah, I was actually just talking about this on a phone call before this podcast, but
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of your typical oldest daughter,
Mm,
firstborn daughter who overachiever, um, overperformer, however you want to word it,
mm-hmm.
perfectionist. I did, growing up, everything in my room was perfectly in its place. I was a straight A student. I was um, the ever practicing athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Just anything that I did had to be done very well.
Mm-hmm.
And which can be a good thing, but it
Yes.
comes with a lot of negatives too, where I couldn't make a mistake. I couldn't
Mm,
let myself fail. If it was something that I might not be good at, I just avoided it because I didn't
interesting.
ask I didn't ask a lot of questions because growing up, because that would mean that I didn't know the answer. And perfectionists, we can't not know things.
Yeah.
So it makes going through life very hard when you
Mm-hmm.
when you can't admit that you've made a mistake or when you're afraid to make a mistake
Mm-hmm.
and kind of working yourself into the ground with
Yeah.
everything you do. I was a workaholic. I was, and I don't say that lightly. Like I did
Mm-hmm.
not have a good work-life balance. I did not have a good school life balance. Like I was very, if I could take Erin now and go back to college, I
Mm-hmm.
would spend far less time studying, like,
Yeah.
because nobody cares. No one since I left college has asked me what I got in biology and what my overall GPA was, and like
Yeah.
no one has ever asked me that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but younger Erin would have been horrified to think that
Yeah.
no one cared about that. Um, so is how I impress everyone.
Mhm.
Like, that was how I was a control freak, like,
Mm.
that was it. So, I call myself a recovering perfectionist because she still pops out. Pandora's box still pops open, and I see her and I try to stuff her back down, but she'll always be there, and she's part of who I am. She's part of my journey and how I got here, and, well, a big part of my identity that I did not share in the beginning, I also say that she's probably the reason that I got breast cancer.
Mhm. Yes.
So, I'm a breast cancer survivor,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
that overachieving, never taking a break, stuffing everything down, and not really facing anything. A lot of stuff was internalized, and my body fought back.
Yeah.
My body finally at one point said, "We need a break, and you're not listening to me, so I'm going to force you to take a break."
Yeah.
So yeah, October of 2020, I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and that was the life altering moment for me.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've made a lot of changes and done a lot of work on myself since then.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that's just so beautiful, beautifully said and shared, and thank you for your vulnerability. And it was a specific question I was going to ask, and you kind of answered it as we were going. And I'll say this: is someone that I talked to once, and I was sharing with her about some of the challenges I had in my childhood, or some of the challenges I've had in my life. And I just wonder how life would have turned out had this have been that way and that have been this way. And then you shared that, the person that you were, that perfectionist, is how you arrived to who you are today. And I was going to ask you that, I was going to share that, like you wouldn't be the Aaron you are today. And I would also say, do you feel with knowing that you had that perfectionist, I would call it a perfectionist trait, because I think
Mhm.
everything that we have when properly managed or properly taken care of, it becomes our superpower. And I
Mhm.
think for you, because you can identify and know that that's a part of who you are, you can control it. It doesn't control you. And I think that's when it really becomes a superpower. Is that what you feel like you've experienced with it now that you are very aware?
Yeah, so I think the awareness allows me to identify what the strengths are and
Mm-hmm. Yes.
what the demons are. And
Yes.
the demons are the no days off and the
Mm-hmm.
being afraid to admit weakness and
Yes.
being afraid to ask for help and like, yeah, like just being afraid to make a mistake and just be a
Mm-hmm.
human. I understand now that those are also strengths where
Mm-hmm.
the true perfectionist in me thought those were weaknesses,
Yeah.
that needing help or being wrong
Mm-hmm.
were weaknesses.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting in the sport that you're in, powerlifting.
Same.
Every step of that, to kind of validate what you're saying, that it's not a weakness. And my girlfriend is a power lifter, and I take pride in like spotting her. It's
Mhm.
like I'm not the person lifting the weight, but I get to spot her. I get to provide that support to help her achieve something that she probably could achieve, without that spot. But that's less effort you have to put on the bar to actually do what's being graded and what's being tested.
Yes.
And it just reminds us that it's okay to have, like, I remember seeing you when you were in Korea, and when you think you went up to do your deadlift, and something that's done in that sport is everybody has their headphones on. And
Yes.
normally the athlete doesn't take their headphones off. Their coach or
That
assistant takes it off
Yep.
for them. And it's just like one less thing to do. You can lock in, you don't have to think about anything. You're not weak. It's not taking anything from you. It's allowing you to do more
Mhm.
with what you have. And that's kind of what,
Right.
what that made me think of when you explained. And as
Mhm.
you were talking, I'm like, man, it makes you even like a just greater person, because now you've identified those blind sides, blind spots, and it even makes the perfectionist part even stronger, but in a controlled, beautiful way.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes. Like I said, when she peers her head, when the
Mm-hmm.
negative parts peer their head out of the box, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yes.
But and I know, and I mean, the other thing that just popped in my head is the self care
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah.
didn't do that. I didn't
Yes.
rest. I didn't,
Mm-hmm.
because resting was bad. Resting was lazy. So now I understand that when I take care of myself, I can then be a better helper.
Mm-hmm.
If I give all of my energy and I have none left, I
Mm-hmm.
can't be a help. I can't be a good helper. I can't be good at
Yeah.
anything if I'm just running at both ends.
Mm-hmm. Completely exhausted. Yeah.
cancer definitely taught me that. Like, I have to take care of myself if I wanna be here for others. If I wanna be here for me,
Mhm. Yeah.
and then if I wanna be here for others, I have to take care of myself.
Yeah, and I believe it's just stuff I've studied it a little bit and just really understand that our body will manifest. Stuff will come out one way or another, and just thankful that when we do have the opportunity, that grace shows up and we can kind of navigate through that and learn. Life will teach us. So, is life? I always say, life will happen to all of us, and it'll teach us. So hopefully, we
Mhm.
listen when it happens. So, yeah, that was great. Like, such a good conversation. Since a question, and we probably touched on some of this stuff. So, what was a specific moment in your life when you felt like giving up? And that's either professionally or personally. And what was the turning point for you that kept you going?
I mean, I guess I guess cancer would be it.
Yeah, that's
I've had
very
a
obvious.
few. I've had a few. I've experienced a lot of loss in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and, um, like, just of young people that I was close with, family members,
Mm-hmm.
so life, like, taught me the value of the moment,
Yes.
and cancer taught me the value of the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, the yeah, I mean, cancer was the point. It took everything away from me. It took
Mm-hmm.
all the control away from me, um 'cause I didn't like, I had choices that I could make,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have cancer had my body in that
Yeah.
moment, and I had to make the choices of how I was gonna fight it, but it stopped me in my tracks. I mean,
Yeah.
that that moment of like I said, so I've experienced a lot of death of people around me, but that moment of, "Am I going to die? Is
Gosh.
this is this going to kill me?" I'm only at the time I was 37. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
only 37 years old. I have so much more that I wanna do. I have so much more that I wanna give.
Mm-hmm.
I was just starting my powerlifting career and things were going really great, and I was like, I still have stuff I wanna do in this sport." Um, my patients that I treat, so I'm a physical therapist, my patients that I
Mm-hmm.
treat, like, it was like, I have so much, but is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that is a stark reality,
Mm-hmm.
how quickly a millisecond can change everything.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, not knowing if I was gonna live.
Yeah.
And, I mean, thankfully, I, like, knock on wood, my we found it very early, and I was able to, like, it was not in my lymph nodes, so it was incredibly localized. We got all of it with surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been on some maintenance medication, but, here I am. November was 5 years of
Yes.
remission, which is like
Woohoo!
yeah, which is like
Yes, for real.
the big milestone in the cancer community because of the research that shows us how much your risk of recurrence drops when you pass that 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not my risk is never 0,
Yeah.
and my whole perspective has changed. Like, it's not something
Mm-hmm.
that you can take back. Like, so, I'm an athlete. I have bruises regularly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the barbell
Yeah.
hits my shin or whatever. I played soccer and lacrosse for a long time, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to having bruises, but I can't ever look at a like I have there's always this little panic moment with a bruise now, or a
Mm-hmm.
headache, or
Gosh.
a stomach ache, or like, nothing is just an ache anymore.
Mhm.
It's a, is this it? Is it back?
Mm.
Is this it? Like, and so there's just a level of appreciation for every moment
Yeah.
and everything that I get the like, opportunity to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really do thank powerlifting for being some of my motivation and also for helping me get through it. Like, my body going into surgery was so strong.
Mhm. Yes.
Like, it makes me laugh because my surgeons were like, "We've never seen pecs like this before." Like, which, I looked at as like a compliment and also kind of sad. Like, what do you mean you don't
Mhm.
see pecs like this?
Mhm.
More
Yeah.
women need to have pecs like this. Like, come on. But I was so fit and my body, like,
Mhm.
so lifting definitely, like, my recovery time from surgery and, like, my recovery path was a very positive line. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't have to do chemo or radiation because it was so localized,
Mhm.
but I did end up having a really gnarly infection, which,
Mhm.
was a second moment of, like, "Is this going to kill me?" Because,
Gosh, yeah.
like, the infection was, because I do everything, like, go big or go home. So, of course of
Yes.
course, the bacteria that I got was this, like, super rare super bug. There's only one oral antibiotic that you can take for it, and then once you become resistant to that, it's all IV antibiotics.
Okay.
And so I was in the hospital 3 times for at least a week each until we finally just had to take the, prosthetic out because it was clear that the infection had, like, seeded onto the device, and so we had
Mhm.
to so I got reconstruction.
Mhm.
I ended up doing a bilateral mastectomy. I have implant reconstruction.
Mhm.
And one of the things they do for that before, sometimes they'll do tissue expanders before they put the actual implants in. And so my tissue expander is what got infected, which
Okay.
is kind of common. So now they're doing more surgeries just like direct to implant instead of adding the expander in.
Mhm.
But anyway, I got caught in that, like, expander, and but so I got an infection from that, and the third time I went into the hospital, I had 3 different versions of the bacteria in my culture, and they were like, well, and everything was resistant to a different drug. So there ended up being, like, 1 more antibiotic that I could take, and that was the moment also that I was like, "Oh my god, so the cancer's gone, but now this infection might kill me." So, yeah, so I did have that part of, like, that experience.
Mhm.
I ended up having 5 surgeries in 13 months, and so, like, 0 out of 10 recommend that for anyone.
Yeah.
But each time I had to go into surgery, I knew that I was gonna get myself back to the gym.
Yes.
And that was the light that I saw, and I started
Mhm.
with walking, like, just a little bit further each day, a little bit more each day, and then,
Mhm.
as, like, I was always up on my feet. Even when I was in the hospital, I was the girl, like, if you wanna talk about the perfectionist, here she is. I was the girl doing 20 some odd laps at
Uh-huh.
a time of the hospital unit with my IV pole, just
Mhm.
and, like, I was the girl in the leopard pajamas that everybody was like, "Look at this girl. She's just a maniac. Like, what is
Mhm.
she doing?" I was in my hospital room, like, with the door closed, doing, like, step ups onto a chair and stuff. Like, if the nurses had ever walked in, I would
Yes.
have been in so much trouble.
Yeah.
But the, like, lifter, the gym addict, and the physical therapist in me, I couldn't sit still. Working out and my motivation to work out definitely, like, sped up my process of
Mhm.
healing. So
Yeah.
that was a long way of
Yeah.
saying, like, powerlifting kinda saved my life.
Yeah, yeah, but all that stuff matters. It's the context of it all, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, and that the perfectionist part of you of walking and doing those laps was very critical, you know,
Yeah.
to keep you going and keep you strong. So
Mhm.
yeah, that is really good. I'm gonna jump down to let's see. Here we go. When motivation fades, what's a core belief, routine, or mindset you lean on to get yourself going again? I feel like you just kind of explained that a little bit.
Yeah. No, I think that, for me, when I read this question initially, I was like, "Oh gosh,
Uh-huh.
how do I answer this?" But I think what it truly is that it's the fear of what drives me and what keeps me motivated is the fear of
Mm-hmm.
the negative outcome.
Okay.
The fear of the negative outcome, the fear of letting myself down,
Mm-hmm.
the fear of letting people around me down.
Yeah.
So, like, the day that I don't wanna go to the gym is easy the gym's easy because it's, like, an easy
Yes.
reference, right? So,
Yes.
the day that I don't wanna go to the gym, well, we can, Aaron. We can skip it. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have to go. No one's holding a
Yes.
gun to our head. We don't have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you gonna look like on the platform at the next
Yeah.
competition, Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't
Yeah.
go today or if you skip a workout every week? What is that gonna
Mm-hmm.
look like?
Yeah.
And so that's the little voice in the back of my head, or, like,
Yes.
if you don't do this part of your group assignment, like, what happens to the rest of the people in your group?
Yeah.
So that's the drive, that drive for success. So that, like, perfectionist drive is in
Mm-hmm.
there. And then, yeah, it's mostly like the fear of not doing it.
Yeah,
The
but
fear
it's
of what happens
interesting.
if you don't.
Yeah, and that's not something that everyone has, that it comes natural for them and I was sharing this with someone in the gym this morning. I said, it's so interesting, we come to the gym, we go to the gym because you don't see a difference every single day. Well,
Mm-mm.
that difference normally doesn't come until you're in a competition or until you're doing a
Mhm.
deload, or you've put like 6 months into then you see it, so to go every single day is something special. And I often don't like make fun of people who struggle to get to the gym because I know it's easy for
Mm-mm.
me, but it's not as easy as it seems when you around a bunch of people who are always in the gym. For us that's
Yeah,
easy.
and
So
it's true of anything, like
yes,
going to
yes,
the
yes, yes.
gym, going to work, going like,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of will, like, motivation
Mhm.
is fleeting.
Yes.
Motivation is a quick drug, you know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
there's gotta be more to it because motivation's not gonna be there every day.
Yeah. And I didn't think about this till you made the comment, until we just started talking about this. And also kind of like looking out into our society and looking into the world, taking that same skill set that we use in the gym and realize that because we kind of have similar viewpoints, I think, on the world, just from us being linked on Instagram. That's so beautiful about it. You can kind of see what people believe, and I'm
Mhm.
not talking about like highlight reels. I'm talking about what you see people like maybe share or what they like, and that same mode, this is like encouraging me now, just thinking about this, that same thing with the gym of just going and doing a little bit here and a little bit here, and it produces a big change. It's kind of how I feel with our society right now, is that these little movements of this togetherness that, the person making the loudest and seem like they're winning and destroying things is really not the case. Although one person being hurt is like, that's catastrophic, but just
Yes.
still continuing to take that gym mentality to our society and say, like,
Mhm.
this one little push of effort or kindness is really can have a
Yep.
huge effect.
Whatever you can do, and,
Mm-hmm.
we may not have control over the bigger things, but whatever we can
Yes.
do in our own little communities
Mm-hmm.
and neighborhoods and
Yeah.
gyms and
Mm-hmm.
like,
And it is, and it's a way to. This is something else. My girlfriend, like, I get frustrated about things. And I like vent to her, and I like, look, I just can't take it. And she's like, you just got to find some way to channel that injury into other ways, like donate things or volunteer. So it's really good. So, yes. So thank you. And I will say thank you again for being here.
yeah.
This is good. And you kind of touched on this question. This is getting to the words of wisdom, but I do have this. I'm going to ask this question. I know I'm probably end up having another question. If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing about perseverance, what would it be? And I know you touched on going back to the younger Erin, like people didn't care. But like, what would you tell that younger person that I know is very proud of the Erin they see right now? That's still
Yeah.
inside of you.
Oh, yeah, no, I think about little Erin all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that she would be amazed
Mm-hmm.
at where we are and what we've been through.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I think what I would tell her is that perseverance doesn't have to mean self-sacrifice.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna say it again because
Mm-hmm. Yes.
perseverance does not have to mean self-sacrifice.
Yes.
It it's I had an unhealthy, like, younger Erin had an unhealthy relationship with persevering.
Mm-hmm.
It was that, like, we just never quit, and I still do. I'm a competitive person, like, so
Mm-hmm.
let's just add that into the mix, obviously, like, that comes along with this stereotype that I am.
Yes.
But that never step down from a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
always push the envelope. So, the relationship with perseverance does not have to be unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that sometimes perseverance can be saying enough is enough
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
Yes.
knowing, like, perseverance does not have to mean pushing through the pain every time.
Mm. Yes.
There's when those red flags are going up in the air or when, your body's giving you the biggest red signal there is,
Yeah.
it's okay to say, I'm done now.
Yeah. Yes.
And the universe is telling me to move on. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so just because, like, sometimes something not working out is because it's not supposed to, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. Like, we don't have to push through and try to force it to work.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, so, like, I think the personality, the perseverance it doesn't have to be unhealthy, and it can
Hmm.
have a lot of different meanings. It doesn't have to mean never ever giving up.
Yes.
Like, giving up, um,
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Yes.
Words are so important, so we can just phrase it a different way.
Yeah. Yes.
Enough is enough. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me think, and this is something I ask sometimes when the conversation goes this way and a person sharing something like this is, I know for me it's finding peace with my life, and it allows me to trust my life. And it sounds like that's the same for you, that you now trust your life's journey and you can have peace, like meaning you know the work that you've put in, you know who you are. So if it gets to a point where you decide for yourself that, okay, this is the wall and it's not a bad thing, it's almost like saying, I will deadlift 500 pounds, but your back tells you, okay, or you throwing up, 400 is all you got right now.
Mhm.
You're not losing. Maximize the effort, you maximize everything that you have inside of you, and you can walk away with peace. And that's still persevering. That's still,
Mhm.
I gave it my all to this point to where I have nothing else left to give. And that's
Right.
just being honest, and that's being wise.
Mhm.
And that shows growth, I think,
Yes.
and you
Yeah,
can walk
like,
away with peace.
yeah, the younger Erin, like, that perfectionist, that control freak, like,
Mhm.
everything, like,
Yeah.
everything. I had to do it just like, I had to do it just the right way. I know, exactly, because that's like, I had to do it just the right way. I had to have my hands in everything,
Mhm.
like, as a man in a leadership position, as a
Yes.
supervisor, a manager, it was very hard for me to delegate because it
Mm.
was very hard to, like, let go and just
Mhm.
let it
Yeah.
be, but good things can happen. Like,
Yes.
just because I'm not doing it or it's not being done the way that I would do it,
Mhm.
doesn't mean that it's
Yes.
not getting done. And it doesn't,
Yes.
and or maybe it being done differently is gonna turn out well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like,
You know, Aaron, this is something else I've never thought about this. I've never thought about this ever in this perspective, but with you sharing what you just shared, do you think, and this is me like asking a question, but also like saying, perhaps life is supposed to get lighter as we age and we mature?
yeah,
Meaning
as
like
we
all those
learn stuff
things that, yes, like all those things we hold on to and carry, and we continue to progress in life. Life gets lighter. Lighter doesn't mean easier. That doesn't mean everything's great, but it does get lighter because now you allow wisdom to kind of have its
and
perfect work, and
the
and work
maturity,
for you.
the
Yes.
wisdom, maturity,
Yes.
the, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yes.
I mean, it is absolutely right. Like, it is absolutely not lighter. Like, being an adult is
Oh no.
like, if I know that's one
Ain't
thing,
nothing
like,
light about it.
wanna talk about something I could tell my younger self, like, live in this very moment,
Man,
girlfriend,
yes.
because paying bills and having to work nonstop is really not fun. So,
It's
like,
ghetto, Aaron. It's the trap.
yeah, it is a trap, like, this, like, "I
Yeah.
wanna be an adult, I wanna make my own
Mm,
decisions," like, "Oh my
mm,
god, take
mm,
me back," right?
mm-hmm.
But, no, I do think, like, that the being able to just let go, like,
Mm-hmm.
the Frozen, like, "Let It Go," like, really, I
Yeah.
mean, that song, I think, resonated with so many adults because we're like, "Yes, that's
Yes.
it. That's the one. Let it
Yes.
go."
Let it go. Yes.
I can't control it. I don't wanna control it, so I just gotta let it go with let
Mm-hmm.
it go with whoever, whatever higher power you believe in, or, like,
Yes.
just let it be.
Yes. And
See what happens.
yes, and we'll follow that up with the final question because it's kind of
Yeah.
like flowing right into it. If anything you shared resonates with anyone that's listening, and it's like, man, everything she shared, this was so good. Like, what would be a message? I feel like you've kind of done that already, but what would be a
Mhm.
message for that specific person that they see an Aaron inside of them?
Yeah, I think there's a couple. The big one, so the mantra that I have for myself, which has really been since cancer, but do it scared, do it
Mm,
unprepared.
yes.
Got it. Younger Aaron would have been horrified to hear that. Like, what?
Yes.
What are we doing
Yes.
unprepared? No, no, no. Right? But that's where, like, you fall. That's okay. You get back
Mm-hmm.
up. You make a mistake. That's okay, you learn. But if you wait for everything to be exactly right, or until
Mhm.
you feel 100% prepared, or until you have no fear left, you're not gonna do anything of value. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm here to say that because 'cause I've lived through it. Like, younger Erin did some cool stuff, but Erin now has done cooler stuff.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
and stuff that has had more value in the world because she's just been like, "You know what? I see a problem, I wanna try to fix it, and I'm just
Mhm.
gonna figure it out." Like, or yeah, or I mean, and actually even before my diagnosis, like, I had started doing some work on myself before, thank goodness.
Mhm.
And like, powerlifting, I mean, it was not my idea, it was a colleague's idea.
Mhm.
We were being meatheads about how much we lift at work, and he's a strength coach. Yeah, and so, I was a CrossFitter at the time. I say that with parentheses because wasn't super competitive one, but that
Mhm.
was my outlet at the time, and after that conversation, he came back to work and, the I don't know, the next a day or 2 later and was like, "Hey, just so you know, I did a little bit of research, and the weights you're lifting right now would be competitive, and you haven't trained specifically. If
Mhm.
you'd like to train, I'll coach you." And I was like, "Okay, let me think about it." And then I got home and I was like, "What is there to think about?
Mhm.
Like, he told you that you're starting a good place.
Mhm.
He told you he'll help you. Let's try it, you know?" And we did.
Mhm.
And then where did I go? 7 years later, I'm celebrating my 7th year of powerlifting in South Korea
Mhm.
at Worlds,
Yeah.
winning a gold medal
Yes.
after breast cancer. Like, come on, right? So, like, just do it and just see what
Yeah.
happens. And if you
Mhm.
fall down, so what?
Yes.
What's that quote? As long as you stand up more times, like, yeah.
When you
So,
fall. Yes.
yeah. And then I think the other big thing is, which I had to learn the hard way also, like boundaries. Just it's
Mhm.
okay to say no.
Yes.
Boundaries are healthy for you and for the people that you're making them with or the job
Mhm.
that you're making them with, whatever. Boundaries are healthy and they help keep you energized for
Mhm.
what you really need to do. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be everything. That little two-letter word, "no," that's really hard for so many of us to say,
Mhm.
has so much value. So,
Yes.
like, it's like, say if it doesn't feel like it's part of you or a part like, it doesn't feel right in your soul, it doesn't feel like it's taking you in the right direction, um, just listen to your gut, and if your gut is a little funny, put that
Mhm.
boundary up. And that's okay because something else will come. You don't have to do like the closing that door will open another one. So we don't have to say yes to everything cuz God, I was a yes woman. I mean, I just cuz I was afraid.
Yes.
Yeah, I was afraid of like I mean, even in my career, like, oh my God, if I say no to this person, like they're probably never going to ask me to do anything again and then I'll just never get where I want to get.
Mhm.
No, it's so not true. It just made me clown of the office, right? Like,
Mhm.
Aaron will do it.
Yeah.
So so, like, um, and then when you have that capacity, like, what actually happens is people have more respect for you because you have respect for yourself, and they
Yes.
see that.
Yes.
And so, I guess that I would say that those are the things,
Yeah.
because boundaries lead into, like, being able to do self-care
Yeah.
and yeah, not
Everything else. Yes.
running yourself ragged like I did for years.
Make sure you remember yourself and try to avoid self-betrayal, and
Mhm.
honor yourself in the midst of honoring everybody else.
Everybody else,
Don't forget
yeah.
about
Saying
you.
no to someone is not dishonoring them, or
Mhm.
it's not letting you down, it's not letting them down, and it might be the exact opposite, obviously, like, because
Mhm.
if you're not fully invested in it, you're not the right person to be doing it anyway,
Yes.
so
So
yeah.
true. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
see? All this age and wisdom we get.
Yes, look at that. Yes. Well, I wanna say thank you so much, Erin. This was great. Third time's a charm.
It
I'm
is,
excited
yeah.
for everybody to
Hopefully,
hear
all
this.
fingers
Yes,
and toes
hopefully,
crossed.
everything.
Do I do hope that people that listen, get something out of it. And if you happen to be at the gym with us, stop me and say hello.
Yes.
I can be scary. I know it. Have I'm not like I am self-aware of like I have like RBF really bad a
Mhm.
lot of times.
Mhm.
So I promise if you just say hi, like I'm kind of shy also. So if you just say hi, like I might look scary, but I'm really not. I promise.
Mhm. Yes.
And multiple people in the gym who have gotten the courage to say, I've gotten the courage to say hello to me can vouch for that. Like
Yes.
yeah, I'm a little RBF-y and a little shy.
Mhm.
So
'Cause you're in there focused.
I
Focused.
am.
We have
That's
some
the part.
RBFs in our gym.
That's the part of the perfection I can't like
Mhm.
when I have a task, I'm on it.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you
So
so
yeah.
much, and I will see you in the gym.
Yes, sounds good. Thanks, Derek.
Take care. Yes.
Bye.